divine design, which is God. He created the universe. He spoke everything into existence. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It can't just have accidentally, magically all form together perfectly. That's crazy. And plus, we know the universe has not been infinite. It has a finite amount of energy. Stars explode, they get old. Anyways, number one, if the force of the planetary movements did not precisely balance the gravitational forces, nothing could be held in orbit around the sun. Yes. Number two, if the universe had expanded at the rate of 1 millionth more slowly than it did, expansion would have stopped, and the universe would have collapsed on itself before any star had formed. And if it had expanded faster, then no galaxies would have formed. That's right. Number three, any of the laws of physics can be described as a function of the velocity of light, now defined to be 299,792,458 meters per second. Even a light variation in the speed of light would alter the other constants and preclude the possibility of life on Earth. Yeah, I think our sun, it takes like 10 minutes for our sun to reach us. So if the sun exploded, we wouldn't know for like 10 minutes. Number four, if the water vapor levels in the atmosphere were greater than they are now, a runaway greenhouse effect would cause temperatures to rise too high for human life. If they were less and insufficient, greenhouse effects would make the earth too cold to support human life. Makes sense. Number five, if Jupiter were not in its current orbit, the earth would be bombarded with space material. Jupiter's gravitational field acts as a cosmic vacuum cleaner, attracting asteroids and comets that might otherwise strike Earth. That's true. It's so big, it sucks everything in, so many asteroids. Number six, if the thickness of Earth's crust were greater, too much oxygen would be transferred to the crust to support life, and if it were thinner, volcanic and tectonic activity would make life impossible. That's right. Number seven, if the rotation of the Earth took longer than 24 hours, temperature difference would be too great between night and day. If the rotation period were shorter, the atmosphere wind velocities would be too great. Number eight, the 23-degree axial tilt of the Earth is just right. If the tilt were altered slightly, surface temperatures would be too extreme on Earth. That's right, we're the Goldilocks planet. Just magically Goldilocks. Number nine, if the atmospheric discharge lightning rate were greater, there would be too much fire destruction. And if it were less, there would be too little nitrogen fixing in the soil. Number 10, if there were more activities, much more life would be lost. And if there were less nutrients on the ocean floors, and the river runoffs would not be cycled back to the continents through titanic uplifts, like titanic plates. Yes, even earthquakes are necessary to sustain life as we know it. That's right, we all know that. Volcanoes, it brings up volcano ashes, which becomes dirt, becomes islands. It's all a grand design. Everything. The tectonic plates, when the flood happened and the continent split up with that Pangea, it was all great design. Things changed. That's why dinosaurs are in the mud, because of all the plates, all the continents smashing into each other. It was all a great design. It's so crazy. How could you think it just all accidentally happened? How hard is it to travel in space, right? It's so hard. Because we're spinning around in a little solar system, And then we're spinning around in the Milky Way galaxy, and then the Milky Way galaxy's going out and expanding. You know, if that's all an accident, then it all could end at any second. That means some planet could just crash into us. Anyways, God bless you all.